Alrighty, hey traders, John Hall here. I've just finished a pretty big gym workout actually, huge workout. I had a whole bunch of weight sessions today, and then I did 8 kilometers on the treadmill for my running. And one thing that I was thinking about today when I was going for my run today is I'm training because I got my next boxing fight coming up soon. So I've got a fight coming up in the next few months. I still got to confirm the date with my coach, but looks like it's probably going to be around October. So we're just finalising the dates there. So it looks like somewhere around October, maybe even November as well too. But October looks like it's the date. But anyway, the thing I was thinking about is that success in anything really is just, if you think about, right, I saw this image from actually C-Bum, Chris Bumstead, bodybuilder, from you guys that know bodybuilding, right? Chris Bumstead. And he actually put this image up and he said, again, success in anything really is just doing the same thing again and again and again and again. And each time he had that video, that picture, the A in again slowly disappeared towards the very last photo. Had not A again, it had the A disappeared and had gain. And I thought, wow, isn't that just amazing? It was just that's the one thing that I've just learned through my own personal trading in the markets and anything in life, right? Like, one of the things is that it takes time to gain momentum in life, but one of the things that stops us from gaining any momentum is sticking at the process, right? And what I mean by that is my trading right now, I don't guess. So for you guys, I do market updates for you guys, right? Just general market updates for you guys. And what's happening with gold and silver and so on and so forth, and, mining sector and that sort of stuff. But one of the things that's really helped me now become, I want to stay humble here, but like do really well in life, do really well now out of my own trading, is I'm not really guessing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not guessing. It's not like tomorrow I'm waking up, I'm saying, okay, well, what am I going to trade today? I don't know. Let's see what I feel like, or let's see what looks good. That's a recipe for disaster. Especially when you're day trading, especially when you're looking at those 1 minute charts and 2 minute charts and 5 minute charts. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You have that mentality going in there where there is no game plan. It's like, let's just see what looks good. Let me see what feels good. You are going to get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. You guys know that anyway, right? I'm pretty sure you guys know that. If you have day traded, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you are day trading, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I don't day trade anymore, right? Day trading is the hardest form of trading out there. Period. Hardest form of trading out there. And what ends up happening is that you end up spending all your time in front of the computer, sleepless nights, you get tired, you make mistakes, you have small profits, big losses, and it's a downhill from there. No one has ever made big profits in the markets by day trading, right? Now, I shouldn't say no one. There are a few people out there, but they're really what makes those people so good in the markets, right? What makes them so good at their trading? They really understand the flow of the year. Meaning they understand that not every day there's going to be a trade. Not every week there's going to be a trade. But then comma, they also know exactly what they're looking for, right? So like, I come to you guys, the secret to success in trading is just to find something that works most of the time and stick to that process. Now, that is hard, right? That is hard what I just said there. Why is it hard? Because that requires you to be disciplined to say, okay, this is what I'm trading. This is my trading plan. This is my trading setup. This is how I'm going to trade it, so on and so forth. And I'm going to sit on my hands until that appears in the market. That last line I just said there, that's the reason why trading's so hard, especially if you guys are day trading, right? Especially if you guys are day trading. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's this afternoon. I'm just going for a walk, and I thought I'd do a video for you guys. Just thinking about that with my run, my thing today, right? So that's one of the reasons why it's so hard for you guys. And one of the reasons why it's so hard initially, because I was there, right? Like, my first 5 years, I was $250,000 in debt. And I had no idea what I was doing. Now, 20 years later, I'm pretty good at what I do, right? I do really well, right? Every year I have really good years. I don't have I'm not always having successful months, meaning like there's a lot of trades, but I do really well, you know. If you're interested in joining my coaching program, where I can coach you every day, if you go to getjohnshelp.com, that's an application form, and you and I personally will have a chat on the phone and see if you're a good fit for what's called my 1% group. Anyway, so that's always the hardest part, right? So if you think about one thing that even after going through 5 years and courses and programs and live trading rooms and so much stuff, one of the things I started to realize, and this is why I see so many people on YouTube, that they just don't get it. They don't get it. Is that trading the markets is not about having a guess. Let me add macroeconomics to this thing. Let me factor in what the dollar's doing right now. I promise you, anyone that's trading like that, well, I want to get into gold right now, but I'm not sure. But I think the dollar's going to crash, so let me go long gold. That's not a long-term successful trading plan. You can't use that for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. And so one of the things that I started to have to do is that I started to have to say to myself, if I really want to do really well at trading, like if I really wanted to do really well at this thing, what do I need to do? Not what I want to do, not what do I need to do? And one of the most common things amongst all the really successful people, now I'm talking people that do 7 figures a year or more, right? They're what I call success in the market. People that do a few $100,000 a year, it's not like, that's okay, but like, you know, I guess it's okay to learn from them, but like for me personally, like I will learn from them, and then now I do a lot more than that per year. Again, I'm staying humble here, but I do a lot more than that per year. And now, obviously, you know, that's the reason why I look at people like, what's the common characteristics between people that do $1 million a year, right? Or $2 million a year. And one of the things that I really found out about them is I found out about that every day they go to the markets. And this is the same thing for me. One of the biggest things, my biggest turning point in my whole career is just that. Like, when I go to the market, I'm using the same setup every day. I'm using the same set of rules every day. I'm using the same pattern every day. And then I'm utilizing the same type of trade management every day. Right? And so it's not nothing new. And that's where a lot of traders get it wrong. Right? A lot of traders who trade the market. Trading the market is about understanding pattern recognition, trading that. And trading simply means you get in and you hold it for a period of time. So for me, I like to trade the daily charts, meaning I'm getting in today, swing trade, and holding it for sometimes a couple of days. But most of the time, I like to hold it for a few weeks to a few months and have a big profit on that swing trade. But that's a short-term trade. Macroeconomics means shit to that system because it's just a short-term move in the big picture things, right? And this is one thing that I'm seeing so many traders actually get it wrong, is their thinking is completely wrong. And I understand, like I was down that path. And so most people that don't do really well at trading, one of the biggest reasons why, and again, like I was there, is every day you go to the markets, you have no idea what you're looking for, right? You're just like, well, I just knew I had to get into this trade. Why? Well, I just knew. Or why did you get into this trade? Oh, because it looked like a really good setup. It looked like a really good setup. Okay, do you know do you know what a good setup looks like? No, I'm not sure. Like, you see what I'm saying here, right? And so I guarantee you, most of you guys that are watching this video right now that are not doing well out of trading, it's because you're trying to guess. Stop trying to guess. Meaning you're trying to be smart. Well, I think the dollar's going to crash. And because the dollar's going to crash and the debt bubble's going to explode, I'm going to go buy some call options on GLD. No, that is the wrong mentality. Because a long-term successful trader means he has a system that works every single year. Meaning, you can't, that's not a system. You know, there's no foundation there, right? There is actually no foundation. And so, yes, you may be right with that. And you buy call options today and it goes up and you make $1 million in the next month. You beauty. Now, go repeat that for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about money ever again. What's that you tell me? Oh, you don't know how to then do it again because it wasn't really a system. It was just based on luck, really? And let's now go find our next guessing trade. I promise you, every single year, most people don't have the confidence of them having a good year in trading because of that one thing. They continue to guess. Well, let me get in here because I think it's going to go up. Or I watched this YouTube video and this guy, John Howell on YouTube, he sounded really excited about this thing. It's going to go to the moon. Oh my goodness, I better get in now. Right? And you do that sort of stuff. And you go through that process there. So the whole thing about this here is, I was talking about, thinking about like my trading journey and what I do. And that's what's actually helped me now do really well out of trading. It's not because like I don't guess. I have a really powerful trading setup and a powerful trading system. I have a few different types of trading systems that I trade, but it's wrapped around the same type of rules, right? I only have the same 5 rules every single time. And so I'm not guessing. You know what I mean? There is no guess. There is no like, it's like I'm going to the market looking for this pattern. Does that make sense for you guys? It's like if you actually want it, now this is if you actually want to do really well out of trading. I'm just telling you right now, it's taken me 20 years to figure this out. And so that's the point, right? That's the point. Is that so many people are looking for that next idea, that next tip. It's the same thing. I have figured out a really powerful trading pattern that works most of the time. Nothing works 100% of the time. Then now, that's where the mindset really kicks in. I can teach you a really successful trading system, but how disciplined are you going to be at sticking that process only? How patient are you going to be if there's no trades for a whole week? What if there's no trades for a whole month? How are you going to handle that? That's the defining factor between people who do really well and people who don't do really well. Because you understand the process of not every week there's going to be a trade. Even if you are day trading, which by the way, that's the thing that causes most traders to go behind, is because they think they're trying to make this regular income every week from trading, which is a total crap and total lie. And so like I think about my boxing training. It's the same combinations, it's the same footwork, it's the same defense, same, but I'm getting better. And the biggest defining factor with my own personal trading has been this, is that I've stuck at the same system now for probably 10 years, well over 10 years now, myself. The last 5 years, I've started to become really good at it because I've started to focus on it a lot more. And the last 3 years, I would say, it's really started to supercharge for me where I'm really gaining a lot of momentum in the way that I trade because I've just spent so much time with the system. I understand the system, I understand the rules, and I understand, when I should be in, when I shouldn't be out, and so on and so forth. So for you guys, and this is like, if you actually want to do well out of trading, your foundations is, what sort of plan are you using? Meaning trading plan. What does that mean? Like that simply means that every time I go to the market, when I open up the charts tomorrow, or tonight, or whenever, guess what? I'm going to the market to actually check on it. I'm in 2 trades right now, which are just doing phenomenally well right now. I'm having such an amazing, the last 4 months have just been amazing for me. I've had one small loss, which was a 30% loss, utilizing options, 30% loss. Then I had a 300% profit, a 200% profit, a 400% profit return on my risk. That was my Ethereum trade. And I'm in 2 trades right now, and they're at 100% profit as well too. So my last 4 months, but as you can see, right, my last 4 or 5 months, I've only taken, what's that, 5, 6 trades? But as you can see, that's the way that I trade there. So this is the thing that I really wanted to share with you guys, is that if you're waking up tomorrow and you're looking at the chart, but you have no idea what you're even looking for, you're on the back foot, right? Success for me comes from, I'm going to the market and there's a lot of things, there's a lot of patterns, there's a lot of ups and downs and moves and ins and outs and sideways and uptrends and downtrends and trend lines and indicators, so on and so forth. But exactly what are you looking for a high quality setup? And that's the thing for me. Every day when I go to the market, when I'm looking for a new trading setup, right? Like tomorrow, I'm going to open up the charts. I'm going to manage the positions I'm in right now. Well, it's actually holiday tomorrow, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go. But then when I'm looking to get into a new trade, guess what? I'm going back now. I'm looking for my trading pattern. This one trading pattern that I know that works most of the time, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. That's what I'm looking for. And when I started to do that and I discarded anything else, my thoughts, my feelings, and all this sort of stuff, and all the FOMO and the fear and all this sort of stuff. By the way, that takes a lot of discipline, right? Of not listening to all that fear and that FOMO and oh my goodness, all that sort of stuff. And saying no to everything else to only, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I promise you, when you start to have that level of discipline, that's when you're going to start to become a lot more consistently profitable. This is the reason why only 1% of traders do really well at trading. I've only become part of what's called the 1% group. My success is part of the 1% of all traders out there. And the only way I'll be able to do that is that just have a system where I'm not guessing. I can't guess my way to success. I need to have a plan that I can repeat for the rest of my life to have success.